there.
These pillars must have something to do with it.
Yes, these are Akaviri symbols. Here, let's see. You have the symbol for king, and warrior, and of course the symbol for dragonborn. That's the one that appears to have a sort of arrow shape pointing downwards. Yes, that's it. The symbol on the middle pillar.
Whatever you did, you worked. Let's see what those old blades left in our way.
Wait!
Why are you stopping?
We should be careful here. See these symbols on the floor?
Esbern's right. Look like pressure plates.
Be careful. We'll cross once it's safe. Be careful. We'll cross once it's safe.
Looks safe now. Let's move.
Careful. I think we must be close to the entrance.
Wonderful, remarkably well preserved. Here's the blood seal, another of the lost Akaviri arts. No doubt triggered by, well, blood. Your blood, Dragonborn. Look here. You see how the ancient blades revered me with Cyrodiil? He ended with a real invasion under circumstances.
After you, Dragonborn. You should have the honor of being the first to start this.
walls, so... I've never seen a finer example of early Second Era Kavir sculpture and relief.
Not a lecture on artists.
Yes, let's see what we have. Look, here is Alduin. This panel goes back to the beginning of time, when Alduin and the Dragon Cult ruled over Skyrim. Here, the humans rebelled against their dragon lord, the legendary Kraken. Alduin's defeat is the centerpiece of the war. You see, here is falling from the sky. The Nord Tongs, masters of the voice, are arrayed against him.
So does it show how they defeated him? Isn't that why we're here?
Patient. The Akaviri were not a straightforward people. Everything is couched in add-on, mythic symbol. Yes, yes. This here, coming from...
You mean they used a shout to defeat Alduin? You're sure?
Oh, yes.
Us,
Presumably. Or even Alduin. Remember, this is where they recorded all the news of Alduin.
So we're looking for a shout then. Damn it. Have you ever heard of such a thing? A shout that can knock a dragon out of the sky? You're probably right. I was hoping to avoid having to involve them in this, but it seems we have no choice. If they had their way, you do nothing but sit up on their mountain with them and talk to the sky or whatever. The Greybeards are so afraid of power that they won't. Think about it. Have they tried to stop the Civil War or done anything about Alduin? No. And they're afraid of you. Trust me, there is no need to be afraid. Think of Tiber Septim. Do you think he'd have founded the Empire if he'd listened to the Greybeards? Good. The Greybeards can teach you're Dragonborn, and you're the only one who can stop Alduin. Don't. Right. Good thing they've already let you into their little cult. Not likely they'd help Esbern or me if we came calling. We'll look around Skyhaven Temple and see what else the old blades might have left for us. It's a better hideout than I could have hoped. Talos guard you.
Look here, in the third panel. The prophecy which brought the Akaviri to Tamriel in the first place, in search of the Dragonborn. Here are the Akaviri, the blades. You see their distinctive notes.
sky, wind guide you. Where did you learn of that? Who have you been talking to? Yes, for matters of such gravity, we need to know where you stand, or who you stand with. The Blades, of course. They specialize. They have always sought to turn the Dragonborn from the path of wisdom. Have you learned nothing from us? Would you simply be a tool in the hands of the Blades to be used for their own purposes? No, of course not. Forgive me, Dragonborn. But heed my warning. The Blades may say they serve the Dragonborn, but they do not. No, I cannot teach it to you. It is called Dragonrend, but its words are... We do not regret this loss. Dragonrend holds no place within the way of the voice. Only Paarthurnax, the master of our order, can answer that question, if he so chooses. He is our leader. He surpasses us all in his mastery of the way of the voice. He lives in seclusion on the very peak of the mountain. He speaks to us only rarely, and never to outsiders. Being allowed to see him is a great privilege. Only those whose voice is strong can find the path. We will teach you a shout to open the way to Paarthurnax. The path to Paarthurnax lies through this gate. I will show you how to open the way. I will grant you my understanding of clear skies. This is your final gift from us, Dragon. Use it well. Clear skies will blow away the mist, but only the path to Paarthurnax is perilous, not to be embarked upon lightly. Keep moving, stay focused on your goal.
Look!
Greetings, Wunderneek. I am Paarthurnax. Who are you? What brings you to my Strumach, my mountain? I am as my father Akatosh made me, Tell me, why do you come here, Volan? Why do you intrude on my meditation? Drem, patience. There are formalities which must be observed. By long tradition, the Elder speaks first. Hear my Thum. Feel it in your bones. Match it, if you are Dovahkiin. Why do you intrude here, if not for Tinvak? A gift, Dovahkiin. You understand fire as the Dove do. I have expected you, Proda. You would not come all this way for Tinvak with an old Dova. No, you seek your weapon against Alduin. Alduin Comate Teed. What else would you seek? Alduin and... But I do not know the Thum you seek. Croesus. Your kind, Jor, mortals, created it as a weapon against the Dove. Our Hadrime, our minds, cannot even comprehend its... Drem, all in good time. First, a question for you. Why do you want to learn this Thum? Yes, Alduin, Zemach, the elder brother, gifted, grasping, and troublesome, as is so often the case. But why? Why must you stop Alduin? True, but Kostid Salo Ak. Just because you can do a thing does not always mean you should. Do you have no better reason for acting than destiny? Are you nothing but a plaything of Dez, of fate? And so perhaps your destiny will be fulfilled. Des Motmahus, even to the Dove who ride the currents of... Alduin believes that he will prevail, with good reason. And he is no fool, ni me, Rinnik Gutnol, far. But you have indulged my weakness for speech long enough. Croesus, now I will answer your... Do you know why I live here, at the peak of the Monaven, what you name Throat of the World? Drem, patience. I am answering in my way. This is the most sacred mountain in Skyrim. Here, the ancient tongues, the first mortal masters of the voice, brought Alduin to battle and defeated him. Yes and no. Viknus Nikaron. Alduin was not truly defeated either. If he was, you would not be here today seeking to defeat him. The Nords of those days used the Dragonrend shout to cripple Alduin, but this was not enough. Ok Mulag Uns. It was the Kell, the Elder Scroll. They used it to cast him adrift on the currents of time. How to explain in your tongue? The Dove have words for such things that Jor do not. It is an artifact from outside time. It does not exist, but it has always existed. The Kelle, Elder Scrolls as you name them, they have often been used for prophecy. But this is only a small part of their power. Not intentionally. Some hoped he would be gone forever, forever lost. I knew better. Tidbo Amativ. Time flows ever onward. Which is why I have lived here. For thousands of mortal years, I have waited. I knew where he would emerge, but not Tid Krent. Time was shattered here because of what the ancient Nords did to Alduin. If you brought that Kell, that Elder Scroll back here to the Tid with the Elder Scroll that was used to break time, you may be able to cast yourself back. You could learn Dragonrend from those who created it. Crosis, no. I know little of what has passed below in the long years I have lived here. You are likely better informed than I. Trust your instincts, Dovahkiin. Your blood will show you the way. So, you have made your way here to me. What would you ask of me? Drem Yolok, greetings. Speak, I will listen. Return it here to the Tid Ahran. Then, but I believe the scroll's bond with the Tid Ahran will allow you a seeing. Then you will feel. No, you will see them. Wuthfadon, my friends, Haken, Gormlaith, the first mortals that I taught the Thum, the first tongues, the leaders of the rebellion against Alduin. They were mighty in their day, even to attempt to defeat Alduin. Sahrot Hun, the Nords have had many heroes since. Vormendok, I do not know. Perhaps in the very... The Dove are children of Akatosh. Thus, we are specially attuned to the flow of time. I warned them against such a rash action. Even I could not foresee its consequences. Nust Lihorn. They would not listen. Yes, there were a few of us that rebelled against Alduin's Thur, but they did not trust us. Ni Ov. Their inner counsels were kept hidden from us. I was far from here on the day of Alduin's downfall, but all Dove felt the sundering of time itself. I cannot tell you in detail. I never heard it used. Kogan. It was said to force a dragon to experience the concept of mortality. A truly von Mindoran. Incomprehensible idea to the... I have taught the way of the voice for centuries, and the Thum since long before that. But no, Dovahkiin. Others do not come here to train anymore. Saran. I meditate on the Rotmulag, the words of power. I counsel in their use. It is enough for me. Knowing a word of power is to take its meaning into yourself. Contemplate the meaning of a Rotmulag. You will become closer to that word. Will I teach you, Dovahkiin? What word calls you to deeper understanding? There are 3 to master. Fus, Faim, and Yol. It is called force in your tongue. But as you push the world, think of the way force may be applied effortlessly. Imagine but a whisper pushing aside all in its path. That is Fus. Let its meaning fill you. Sum Ark Mora. You will push the world harder than it pushes back. Which calls to you, Dovahkiin? Fus? Faim. Fade in your tongue. Mortals have greater affinity for this word than the Dove. Everything mortal fades away in time. Ponder the meaning of spirit. Unslad Zi, where mortal flesh may wither and die. That is fine. Let that meaning fill you. Sum Ark Mora. You will find that your spirit will give you more strength. Sum Ark Mora.
So, you spoke to Paarthurnax. The dragon blood burns bright within you. Did he tell you what you wanted to know? Did he teach you the dragon rend shout? Well, so be it. If he believes it is necessary for you to learn this, we will bow to his wisdom. We have never concerned ourselves with the scrolls. The gods themselves would rightly fear to tamper with such things. As for where to find it, Such blasphemies have always been the stock and trade of the mages of Winterhold. They may be able to tell you something about the Elder Scroll you seek. You have learned so much already, Dragonborn. But there are many words of power in Skyrim, carved in the dragon tongue. Finding these lost words would be a sufficient test to temper your abilities with experience. Ask when you are... Perhaps not. But this shout was used once before, was it not? Have you considered that Alduin was not meant to be defeated? Those who overthrew him in ancient times only postponed the day of reckoning. They did not. If the world is meant to end, so be it. Let it end and be reborn. Such blasphemies are the call. Take your question to the College of Winterhold. They may be able to help you. It was created by those who had lived under the unimaginable cruelty of Alduin. Their whole lives were consumed with hatred for dragons, and they poured all their anger and hatred into this shout. When you learn a shout, you take it into your very being. In order to learn and use this shout, you will be taking this evil into yourself. We have felt the whisper of a word. Give me your map and I will show you where its echo can be found. The Blades were born of dragon-hating crusaders. They still carry that legacy, although they may not remember from whence it came. They carried out a genocide of dragons when they first came to Tamriel. And now, they will do it again. With your help.
drink, of course. Where else could I even go with this nonsense?
I'm sorry, could you describe the smell?
Like some poor
The mages don't let us
turned
go in.
inside out and then
They said
exploded.
it's not safe in there.
What did you do?
It was a minor miscalculation. I've already corrected it for future experiments.
You don't look so good. Are you
This.
feeling all right?
This is why people have a problem with your college.
It's not
so
much,
far.
but we get very little money passes through Winterhold anymore. But if there's one thing you can count on, it's folks needing a drink now and then.
I don't deal with... My days at the college are long behind. So you wish to master the arcane arts? All right then.
Aster says his paw says the college mate. There's not many people left in Winterhold, so I only have Aster to play with. And sometimes he's mean.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something in the old fort.
Ours is the only family left that truly cares what... Courier will be the first to tell you that if it weren't for that college, we'd all be better off. Winterhold might yet thrive if that college had never been built. We do the best we can, even though we have next to nothing. But we Nords don't give up. Asur is going to grow up to be a great man, because he'll have lived through such hardship. Need something? Huh? Yes?
Or to believe I ever complained. What is it?
No lollygagging. I'll say I do what's necessary so we can get by. Wasn't by choice, I can tell. Options were in short supply. Ranmir and I grew up here. Without the coin to pack up and leave, I decided to take to trading. Very funny. I'm sure you've noticed that Winterhold isn't exactly overflowing with people. So I'll sell whatever I can. If it's worth putting a price. I've been burned a few times, made a few bad deals, but mostly I come out on top. Yeah, it was stupid of me. I shouldn't have believed the story and just refused the trade. But I didn't, and now I'm stuck with this worthless junk. Some line about this clothing and Ingol Barrow. He said it was worth more than it's worth. Something about placing it back in Ingol's chamber, I don't know. What was I thinking? Even if it were true, I'm not setting foot in some ancient tomb filled with who knows what. I don't even care anymore. You want to check it out? Fine. I'll sell you the thing for 50 gold and... Fine, here you go. You get killed on account of this thing? But I suppose if it does actually turn out to be worth something, let me know, will you? Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that. trouble?
If it's true, and you do have the voice, would you mind showing me? I've never seen it first. So the stories are true. You are Dragonborn. Normally, you'd need to show some aptitude with one of the schools of magic. But you... I think there is much that we can learn from each other. I think you'll be a superb addition to the college. Welcome, apprentice. I'll lead you across the bridge. Once you're inside, you'll want to speak with Mirabelle Irvine, our master wizard. Please, follow me.
Good. Glad we straightened that out.
The college is an asset to Skyrim, even if it goes unnoticed or unappreciated.
I believe I've made myself rather clear.
Another new apprentice, I see. Are you of the sort that believe you're here to change the world? Or are you only in it for yourself? I assure you that I shall be watching you, all of you, very closely. Now that stability has been established between the Dominion and the Empire, we seek only to help Skyrim, to guide its people through this time of transition, to help lead them to a better future. I am an advisor to the Archmage. I am at the Archmage's disposal if he requires advice. Perhaps not as often as he should. In time, I believe he will be more trusting.
You may be used to the Empire bowing to your...
You look a
yes,
bit
of course.
peaked.
The Archmage.
You sure you shouldn't be home in bed?
You know, they say no. You can see me? But you can hear me, obviously. Something still isn't quite right. At least I'm making progress. I shall explain to you the mysteries of the Outer Realms. There may be a matter in which the various points of focus for magic energies around the college have become polluted and need cleansing. Very well. These specially go to each focal point and remove whatever impurities. Return the gloves to me when you have finished. Please exercise caution. This is not a procedure without possible consequences. Use the gloves to clear the focal points. Return to me when you have finished. I thought I made this rather clear. All right, then.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear? You are now in the Arcanium, of which I am in charge. It might as well be my own little plane of oblivion. Disrupt my Arcanium, and I will have you torn apart by angry Paarthurnax. Now, do you require assistance? If you're feeling adventurous, I'm always looking for someone to procure valuable books from some more dangerous locations. Well, all right, here. I scribbled down the last place I'd heard about. Check it out, but be careful. A mage is only as good as what he knows. I try to make sure as much knowledge is available. We've been keeping this collection since the Second Era. Books have come and gone during that time, but it's mostly intact. I have a few things laying around that weren't worth adding to the collection. You may look through them. Of course I do. If I didn't, most of these books would have been burned to ashes or dissolved to nothing before the Third Era. Mages need to be reminded to be careful around research materials. As a matter of fact, there are. Have you... Immensely powerful mage, back in the First Era. Had an understanding of magic few have ever matched. He holed himself up in Labyrinthian, and devoted all his time to research and study. But more than you would imagine possible. Since then, his writings have been scattered all over Skyrim, but are little use to anyone who can't translate them. I've heard whispers of more of his work having turned up. If you can track it down, it may prove useful to all of us. And what do you plan to do with it? Do you even know what you're asking about? Or are you just someone's errand boy? I knew it. Everyone comes in here expecting my help, but an Elder Scroll is an instrument of immense knowledge and power. To read an Elder Scroll, a person must have the most rigorously trained mind. Even so, the Divines usually take the reader's sight as a price. The simplest way to put it is knowledge, but there's nothing simple about an Elder. It's a reflection of all possible futures and all possible past. Each reader sees different reflections through different lenses, and may come away with a different reading. But at the same time, all of it is true. Even the falsehoods, especially the falsehoods. It would take a month to explain to you how that very question doesn't even make. The scrolls exist here, with us, but also beyond and beneath, before and after. They are bits of divine-made substance, so we could know them. Sorry, talking about the scrolls, you usually end up in irritating and vague metaphors like that. Some people who study them devoutly go mad. Ah. You think that even if I did have one here, it would be kept under the highest security? The greatest thief in the world wouldn't be able to lay a finger on it. Of course. I'll bring everything we have on them, so don't get your hopes up. It's mostly lies, leavened with rumor and conjecture.
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. You are new here, are you not? We have not spoken. Sir, I am Savos Arin, Archmage of the College of Winter. I am quite content to see nearly any aspect of magic explored and investigated here. But I do not and will not approve of any research or experiments that cause purposeful harm. Are we clear? Not often. Some risks must be taken to be sure. We also must make an effort to avoid worsening what Skyrim thinks of us. Until next time.
Huh? Welcome to the college.
Another new student. I'm surprised it Well, first you'll need these. While you're not required to wear them, you may find them more to your liking than your current clothes. I'll give you a brief tour, and then we'll get you to your first class. Are you ready to begin? Wonderful. Please follow me, and don't wander off. The College of Winterhold has been a fixture in Skyrim for thousands of years. The prominent feature here is the Hall of the Elements. It's our prime... The
Even with the
Arcanium is
college's
located above the
laid-back
hall,
attitude,
and the
there are
Archmage's
still
quarters
some
above
things that are off limits.
While technically in charge of the
There are
college,
some
the Archmage is
experiments.
responsible for
Purposely
design.
killing your fellow college members is a bad
Thus,
idea.
I run the
I'd
day-to-day
advise against
operations.
it.
Now, if you'll please follow
As
me,
for
I'll show you
research,
the
well,
quarters.
sufficient. If you're going to need live
Unfortunately, we've
test
had to implement
subjects for
more
your
stringent
experiments,
entry
it's easier to do
procedures
that
due to some
off of
problems with
college
local
grounds.
rules. We don't anticipate
All right,
any real
let's
violence, but it never
Meet
hurts
me
to
in my quarters.
I think the college is due for a change in leadership. It's lies. All of it. I don't care what she told you. It's all lies. Feralda, don't act like she didn't say anything. I know her, and I know... My problem with her? She's the one who has a problem with me. She's threatened by me, by my skill as a wizard, by my elegance and posture, by my superior... But she is not going to get the better of me. Oh no, I won't let it get to me one bit. She's trying to undermine my confidence, make me doubt myself. Well, it won't work, I tell you.
Don't trust that one. Most here are up to something, of course. I haven't figured it out yet. He is rather handsome, though, isn't he?